1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. That's the things we're doing now. Yeah, there is a delay. A little bit. Hey, look. There we are.
Hey.
Say something. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, everybody. Which looks like nobody. Yeah. Smiley face.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Mary. So maybe because it's April Fool's, everyone's like, oh, they're just kidding. They're not actually going to show up today.
Right.
And
Joke's
it could be
on us.
good jerk. Yeah, joke's on us. It does say 2 watching. I don't know if that is the 2 of us. No.
I'm not logged in.
You're not logged in. No. I think everything's good. It does say 2 are watching. Well,
Hello.
hello. We can. Oh, 3. That's excellent. So there's people. Oh, we'll see if somebody say hi in the chat. Just somebody
Don't
say
be
hi.
shy.
I just want to make sure that the chat's actually working. Ah, there we go.
Hello, Doug.
It was Doug, right?
I think it's Doug.
Doug, right? I should know this. Good afternoon, my friend. So I was trying to think about, well, you were saying when I was asking what to title this one, you were like, and I think I titled it, right? April 1st live stream. No idea what day it is.
What even day is it?
Yeah, I think that's, it's funny how like work and weekends kind of determine or help you figure out, oh, it's Monday today. I have to go to work.
For sure.
Or it's Friday, so I'm all excited about the weekend. When every day now, at least, well, you're working from home.
I am.
You're working from home.
But I still, like, could be Monday, could be Thursday. I really don't know.
We'd prefer it to be Thursday versus Monday.
True.
Right.
But what does it matter? I'm
I guess.
just at home.
That's true.
I showered today, so.
That's good. That's good. Well, we set up the living room so we can do. You did a little workout today. That's good. I did not because I was working on a video for you fine folks that will come out later on, as you'll see at some point. What do we have here?
Scotland.
Scotland. Hi, at last we meet, my friend, and your wife, Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
It's so funny. I know you keep saying it's Wade, but every time I think of, hey, Wayne, that's from I keep thinking of Deadpool, yeah.
Scotland's so cool. I want to go.
Yes.
So bad.
Scotland.
Oh, Wayne's in the UK, too.
Wayne is? Nice. So, well, I think we talked about it a little bit last time, about travel. Because we got a lot of people from all over the place. Because I know Doug, I believe, he's from here in Canada.
Yes.
Right? I think he's actually from Ontario.
Toronto.
Just north of Toronto, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes, Doug? Just north of Toronto, you were saying? Yes, Scotland is cool.
Like, cool, as in that's cool,
So
or
very-
like...
Well, I would think, I have a friend of mine that lives in the UK, and he was just like, it doesn't get like Canada cold, necessarily, but it doesn't really get on the other extreme either, I think.
Right.
But
Simon's north of Toronto.
Simon's north of Toronto as well. Well, if you're doing so well on live stream.
Thanks.
Yeah, she does pretty good. It was funny though when I asked you to do it last, what was it, Saturday?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know what to do.
I'm like, what?
I don't
People want to just watch us talk?
I don't want to be
understand.
here. Yeah. Rain, we have some good weather. Hi Simon, hi Mel.
Scotland. So my 50th is a few years away, but my plan is to do a Scotland tour. So what's the best time of year to go to Scotland?
Yeah, good question. Because my 50th, one of the things, not that it was Scotland, was to go in that area, which was the Isle of Man.
Isle of Man, yeah.
I wanted to go to the Isle of Man to see the Isle of Man race, but it's still up in the air because it really depends on.
I can't get the answer to
No,
that.
no, we're not talking to you, Siri. Shh. It all depends on finances, but
And what state the world is in.
yeah, 100%. What else we have? Rain, yeah. June to September, Wayne says.
Okay. Thank you.
So that's pretty. I would say that's pretty. If you were to come to Canada, I'd kind of say the same thing,
Yes.
right? June to September,
Oh, April.
because
The midges?
midges are not around. I don't know what that means.
What's a midge?
What's a midge? What's a midges? Midges. Now in Malaysia, 105. Wow, Mel,
Oh.
you're up late.
I'm never up that late.
No, 105 in the morning. That would. We had somebody. I don't know who it was last.
Yeah, he was in the Philippines.
Philippines. That's right, and they were
12 hours.
12 hours ahead as well. I went there once. 9-hour drive from South UK from where I am. Which is insects.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no, we don't want that. We don't want insects.
bites you millions of times.
Yeah.
No.
Simon's, I gotta go. All right, Simon. Nice for you to drop by. Always a pleasure. See you next time. Enjoy whatever you're heading to now. One of those. That's what you get. One of those. Bye. All right, so
Bye.
we've figured out. We haven't figured out, but you'd like to go to Ireland.
Scotland.
And Scotland. I already got it wrong. Scotland. I'm going to go to the wrong country.
Well, Ireland as well. But
Ireland would be cool. But, so once travel becomes lifted and able, if you had to choose or got to choose anywhere to go right now, it could be somewhere close, it could be somewhere far. You're allowed to hop on a plane. You're allowed to. Where would you go?
Fiji.
Fiji.
If money wasn't an object.
Okay. Fiji.
And stay on like one of those places that's over the water and it's glass bottom and you can like see the fishes.
Nice pub.
Well,
I'd do a
Oban.
bike tour of Scotland and Ireland. See, then I could get both. Scotland and Ireland. I'd be down for that. Yeah. But you're going to Fiji.
Yeah.
That's where you'd go?
If money wasn't an issue and we could just go tomorrow.
Right.
You wouldn't want to go to Fiji?
No, I'll go to Fiji with you. Yeah. I'd go to Fiji. I just think like every time we go somewhere that's not like family related kind of thing, we always go somewhere warm, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I like going somewhere warm and tropical, but I do think I would like to go somewhere that we've never gone, like
Fiji.
Fiji. Okay, yeah, we'll go to Fiji. But like, Greenland is on the list, Antarctica is on the list, somewhere in Africa is on the list for sure.
Oh, the whole world, really.
Well, for sure, I'd like to travel everywhere for sure. You look so relaxed, Mrs. Wife. You're Mrs. Wife. I'm gonna get you a shirt, Mrs. Wife. Just Mrs. Wife.
It must be the working from home.
Is that
Nice
it?
and relaxing.
Yes.
Oh, and Greece. I'd like to go to Greece. Yeah.
Visit Glencoe near Fort William. So many places. I'd actually like.
Should I be writing this down?
You should be writing these down. Well, we can always replay all this stuff. I'd actually really like to do just a European tour.
Yes, yeah.
One of those tours where you kind of go to Europe in general and just be like, okay, we're here for a month. And I think as much as doing a organized tour would be cool, it would also just be cool to just be able to be like, I'm going to stay here until I don't want to be here anymore. And then we'll hop on a plane or a train or whatever and go somewhere else.
Right.
I think that would be awesome.
Well,
What do we call you?
well, my name's Mary.
Mary.
Or Mrs. Wife is fine.
Mrs. Wife? I'm going to call you Mrs. Wife from now on. You're Mrs. Wife.
I'm Mom most of the time.
Yeah.
The No, we were in London once, but it was a layover. We had like a 9-hour layover. We were coming home from Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
And so
we arrived at like what, 6 in the morning?
yeah, so we had a baby. Well, she was just about 2 in a stroller. So we got on the tube and got off at Piccadilly and kind of walked around as much as we could and came back.
Well, I remember because we walked into the information center. And
Well, it wasn't even, we had to wait for it to open.
Yeah, we were there a little early, but it opened and I was like, okay, so you've got like 5 hours.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What can we see?
Yeah, and the lady just took out a map and she's like, okay, you're walking, so you can go here, 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 here.
Luckily, everything was so close to where we got off the subway. Like there was
the underground.
Buckingham and I think it was St. James Park and Big Ben and the
Princess Diana, whatever
and
that's there. And yeah, it's a lot. You can see a ton inside like downtown London,
right,
without having to travel too far and not have, when you don't have a lot of time. But we didn't get to do anything. We just kind of got to see things.
Yeah.
Right, because even like the London Eye would have been cool to go on, but time was so.
Yeah, and then we went by. I don't know where the Prime Minister lives. I can't remember. 10 Downing, I think it is. We saw the horse guard. We have all these pictures of our daughter, which is funny. She slept through the entire thing. I mean, she was 2, so she wouldn't remember it anyway. But we always joke with her. You were in London, remember?
Yeah, but the best traveler ever, because at that age she would literally get in a stroller or get on the plane or whatever and just sleep.
Yep.
So, everybody's, and you got to admit, most of us, even us now, when we get on a plane and you see a family with a young one, you're like, oh, please don't sit close to me.
Yeah.
Because.
No, I hate
Right?
other people's kids for the most part.
Take that the right way, I guess. Not I hate all of them, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I said for the most part. That doesn't mean everybody.
No, that's fair. What about you guys? So if you guys had to choose, I know like everybody's, I think it all depends on where you live to start, where you think would be cool to go visit, right? Because for us, we're always like thinking of somewhere tropical where it's really warm and, whereas someone that lives where it's tropical, they probably are like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm in all the time.
Right.
So
do you want to see snow?
I don't know. Did anybody here actually want to see snow? Anybody here not see snow? Do you not know it's like, you've never been somewhere where it has an actual winter? I'm curious. What is this? Try Pakistan.
Pakistan would be cool. I'd love to see all of that area.
Got a good question. Do you think vitamin B17 is banned because it's a cure for cancer? Isn't it funny that we were talking about that the other day? Remember? So, off topic. We'll come back to the travel in a second. I eat apples, and when I eat an apple, I eat everything, including the seeds and the core and all of it. And the reason is that apple seeds have one of the highest dosages of vitamin B17. And my daughter was like, yeah, but
don't they have cyanide?
Cyanide in them, right. So of course we all looked it up, and they do, but it's not at any kind of dosage that's harmful. So yeah, my thought behind it is B17 has a huge cancer fighting dosage, and it's supposedly one of the vitamins that's a big cancer fighter. And that's the reason I eat the seeds, and it's just part of how I eat an apple.
Realize it was banned.
Yeah, there was actually I don't know if it's banned, but there was a thing in the U.S. where they weren't allowed to sell B17.
It probably is a cure for something.
Yeah, and people were actually like going and ordering from outside of the country to get B17 shipped in. So I don't know. I eat apple seeds because of B17, so I don't know. How do you say that? Is that Aiden?
I would say Aiden.
Aiden? I live in Canada. Aiden, where do you live in Canada, if you don't mind us asking?
Yeah, Spain is on the list too. Very good motorcycle riding, I've heard, in Spain.
Yeah. You guys seem well traveled. This would be an interesting question. What's the worst travel experience you've had?
Oh. I haven't had a bad travel experience.
I don't want to say it was a complete travel experience, but 2 years ago, actually this time of year was in March. We drove to Florida from where we live in Ontario, and we went to Roanoke Falls.
Oh no,
Roanoke Rapids. Roanoke Rapids?
Yeah, I've seen blocked it from my memory.
Right. So, you can actually see we have a video of it. If you actually look, I'm trying to remember. It's through our videos. It's like our Florida road trip or something like that, and it's the very first day video. And at the end of it, we had booked our hotels or motels for the trip down and for the trip back.
Right.
Right.
And trying to save money where we could, because Florida's expensive.
Yeah. And so first night we pull into Roanoke Rapids, which is in North Carolina. Is it in North Carolina? It's right on the border.
I think it is North Carolina.
Right on North Carolina and
Virginia
or Pennsylvania. Or...
I
can't remember. Anyways, so we booked this hotel. Of course, the pictures look lovely. It's a decent price. Looks good. We pull in to this place at, I don't know what,
well, it was
9 o'clock.
We stopped for dinner. The best Mexican food ever.
Yeah, really good Mexican food. But this place was, I don't know, like I don't even know how to explain it. It was. Okay, go ahead.
We pulled around the back to where our room was, and there were piles of mattresses and like furniture pieces in the parking lot. So they had said when we checked in, I think, oh, we're doing some renovations. Yeah. Okay. But there were, piles and piles and piles. And during the time where we waited, Harley and I were in the car while Greg was checking in. There was this one room in the corner and just had like, when a car would pull up, a guy would go in, he'd come out and he'd leave. Another car would pull up, he'd go in. Yeah. So I'm like,
it's either like drugs being exchanged or someone's going in for some favors.
Yeah, but that was too quick.
Well, you don't know. Well, yeah,
cheap, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. You don't know.
So we're like, okay, they're under renovations. That's fine. And it was like...
North Carolina is south of Virginia.
Yeah, so it would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go in and it's just an absolute nightmare. There's cracks in the wall, the drywall. There's like holes in the drywall. The one headboard isn't even attached, or it wasn't even there. There was like it'd been ripped off.
The bathroom
the sink in the bathroom had a piece of wood holding it up.
Was held up by a 2x4. Yeah.
The dirt in the like thinking about it right now, I want to throw up. Like it was just so gross. There was an inch of dust on everything. It smelled like smoke and horrible dirt.
And the chain lock
the chain lock didn't work.
It didn't work. Well, I don't even know if it was there. Yeah, it was just an absolute night. So I went out and basically demanded a refund, and which they did. They weren't going to give it to us, I don't think. But I was just like, yeah, if you don't, like, I'm literally going to call like an inspector or Better Business Bureau or whoever to come look at this. And I had filmed and took pictures of everything because, and they did. They ended up, but I'm like, you need to shut this place down.
And I told them, I said, you should not be renting that room out. It's not habitable for anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I didn't want to touch anything in there.
Needless to say, where we went next.
I went to like a Best Western or something. And
seemed
it was
like the nicest.
The Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah, it seemed like the best place ever. Bushcraft said, I want to go to Alaska. What's it like? Well, I don't know, but I'd like to go there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alaska is, so if you look on a map, we're on the far east side of Canada, and Alaska, which is on the far northwest of there, and it's like 4,000 kilometers probably between us in that range.
Easily, maybe if not more.
Maybe more, somewhere like that. So
only 4,000 just to Alberta.
Yeah, so it's a long way, but it's funny, right? Because we used to live in Alberta, and Alaska and the Yukon would have been not that far.
No, still far.
Yeah, but not like here. You
here,
could get to it in a day or two for sure.
Yeah.
But we never did. So, but yeah, that's it.
Somebody told me an interesting motorcycle story about Alaska, though. There's a guy that I met at the Motorcycle Masters course.
Yep.
And I don't know if it was him or a friend of his was there in the summertime, and the mosquitoes are really bad. And I guess there was one point he was traveling down the highway and ran into like a swarm of mosquitoes and had to pull over because the blood of them because they'd just been feeding on all the animals and everything, and so the blood splattered all over him and over his mask and helmet and visor and everything.
Today's
like,
live stream rated R for grossness.
I was just like, that's something I never even considered to be an issue. Like, you think about wildlife, like a deer or a moose or something jumping out into the road, but you don't think of mosquitoes
Right.
exploding.
Well, it sounds like it's something we have to look in regards to when we go to the earth with the whatchamacallit?
The midges.
The midges. I kept thinking midges. I'm like, is that a little small person? That's not.
Those are midgets.
Midgets.
I don't know if that's even the right term.
No, probably not. We're trying to be politically correct. No. Nope. It's gone quiet. All right. I think Mary makes your live stream. She's so good. I'm just gonna get you to do these from now on. I'm gonna go sit in the corner and watch play Xbox. I think it'll be fine.
It's the addition of me, not just the replacement.
Right. Actually, you say.
I've done some reviews.
But you have some reviews that we're gonna try to do this week.
Yeah.
That will come out later because it gives for one, it gives you something to do a little bit.
Yes.
Right. And gives me something to edit, which is good too. So she'll actually have probably two reviews that she's gonna do for sure coming out shortly. So that's cool. How are you keeping busy during this quarantine? Well, we start our days pretty much every day. As we said, she's still working from home. Our daughter, school is pretty much done and over with. At least now they're saying till the beginning of May. And it could be pushed further.
Yeah, the date so far is May 4th.
May 4th at the earliest. And my work has shut down, so I'm pretty much doing YouTube stuff, which is great because it gives me a lot of time to make sure I do this. So our day pretty much starts up. We get up in the morning, and of course we get our coffee and that ready. And at about 8 o'clock, I start my review process. So I figure out what I'm going to review and shoot it. And Mary's down here.
Drag our 15-year-old out of bed.
Yeah.
To do some schoolwork.
Do some schoolwork that she's doing. You do whatever work is ready for you and just stay connected.
Yep.
So that you're available if they need you for whatever.
Yes.
But we all kind of sit at this table. So, I'm always sitting actually right here. Mary sits over here and Harley sits on this side of the table. And like for me to do an edit from start to finish with shooting, so if I start around 8:30, like the one that I did this morning, I still haven't even uploaded it yet, and I've been working on it all morning. So it takes a good chunk of the day for me to do one. So it's kind of nice not having my other job
getting in the way.
getting in. That's right, getting in the way. The other ones help pay the bill, so that's an issue, of course. But it's also really nice because the three of us get to spend time. And even this morning, it was nice to, as Harley was doing like her schoolwork, to have us here. She was bouncing questions off us. And
yeah.
It's kind of neat
to... She doesn't have teachers teaching her anything at the moment. She's just they're kind of half winging it on their own and reading through documents and some videos online. So
yeah.
Taking me back to my, she was doing some chemistry. I'm like, I learned all this, but...
It's amazing how much... For one, that you forget because you just don't use it, and two, it's actually also amazing how fast some of it can come back once you're forced to.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So that's kind of neat. Do you have a day job or just vlogging? So I do have a day job. So I'm not going to name the company, of course, but I do technical training for a company, and I do freelance photo and video work. So both of those have just kind of going flatlined right now, so they're both shut down. So of course, nothing coming in now. So now this is kind of what I'm doing. You're lucky enough that lucky that you have a job that's lets you work from home.
Yes,
right.
I'm a site administrator for a construction company, so
yeah,
I can do most of the stuff that I do remotely. So
yeah. Because it's nice that you're getting paid.
Yes.
That's because there's let's say it how it is, right? It doesn't matter where you live, especially here in Canada, because that's what we know. There's so many people that they're getting laid off, or their hours are being cut down to nothing, and it's going to be a real hard time for a lot of people for sure. So, especially, so many people, nobody saw this coming, really. It's not as if we knew. Well, it's not as if we knew it was coming like last summer, because like I even bought a new motorcycle last fall, and I probably wouldn't have if I was like, oh, work's gonna dry out in a couple months.
Yeah.
Because not that it's a big expense, but it's still an expense that
insurance
on it and stuff like
there.
that. Yeah. So, yeah, but the other bonus is we don't have to pay for fuel, for gas or parking or things
Although
like
it's
that.
so flipping cheap.
It is now. I don't know about anywhere else, but I know gas here, like our gas was 66 cents per liter, I think it was yesterday I saw.
Yeah.
When we went out. So, that's great. What do you think of President Trump? No, I don't think I want to go into that because yeah, just smile.
He's something.
He's something. That's all I'm gonna say. He's something. Wayne, I'm retired, so I'm okay at 62. I'm not. Yeah, well, Wayne, one day I'll be retired. Nod and wave. Yeah, nod and wave. Gas here was 86.9 yesterday. Well, that's better than what it was.
It was like 62.9 here.
Did we get down to 62?
It did the other day.
Wow, 62. We've
It has been like that in 20 years.
Yeah, I'm like, finally the gas prices are awesome, and nobody's supposed to go out and do anything, so we're all stuck indoors. So, yeah, we though have 2 electric bikes. Well, we have 3 electric bikes for Harley. She's not that she's ridden hers, but we've started riding those a bit more.
Yep.
Because those are fun and it's kind of entertaining to get out and get some speed and do something, and don't really cost anything to run, really, which is nice. So, before the gas was $1.31.
I think ours was up around 119 or...
Yeah, we might have got to 119, but never up to in the 30s. Not here. Montreal does.
Well, we did last year, I think.
Did we? Yeah. Hello from the northeast of England. Another one from the UK.
Hello.
That's awesome. We're going to have to go to the UK sometime. You ever worry strangers who subscribe to your channel could find out where you live? I don't know if it's something that I necessarily ponder too much. It's not as if I show my address up there. I try to block it out whenever I can, but it's not, I don't know, something that really bothers me too much. Maybe I should. Now I'm kind of like, if you show up on my doorstep, and then next question, where are you guys from? See? First question, is somebody going to come stalk you? And then next question is, where are you guys?
The Greater Ottawa area.
Greater Ottawa area. That's right. So we're in Ottawa. Yes. Ontario, Canada, if you don't know where Ottawa is. I'm from
Northeast and Southeast?
Northeast and Southeast UK. Either way, I'd like to go to the UK sometime.
Yep.
It's on the list, for sure. And it's funny because it is an area that, like you said, we went to London, but I'd like to see the non-metro area of the UK. Kind of get out and about to see all the different landscapes and stuff, because it looks very pretty.
Yes.
Looks like definitely a pretty area, for sure.
That's why I want to go to Scotland, because my heritage is Scottish many generations ago, but any vistas I see of Scotland is just like, oh, it's so beautiful. So I just want to see it in real life and hope it's the same.
Yeah, for sure.
I love to hear Scottish people talk.
Yeah. So. But it's always neat just to go. 2 things. I think it's neat to go somewhere, of course, to listen to their accents and to see somewhere different. But it's also really neat as someone that is a traveler somewhere else, because you're the one kind of with the accent, and it's neat how people see you.
Right.
Because I remember, oh, it's forever ago when we went to Tokyo on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just really neat to have people come up and want you to talk.
Yep.
Right? They're just like, oh, say this. Or we went to that, remember that one bar we went to and it had like the Marlboro girls came up? You don't remember that?
No.
We were at some bar and they're like, oh, you're from the US? And we're like, no, we're from Canada.
I don't remember that.
I remember the Marlboro girls. Mary's blocked that out.
Weird that I
Right,
wouldn't,
Mary blocked
that would be
that
a
out.
highlight of my trip to Japan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember going to a bar.
Yeah, we were walking around like the Shibuya area.
Huh.
We got in a circle. We didn't know where we were, and we ended up right back where we started. And we're like, hey, this is like a U.S. or a Canadian.
Oh, no, it was like an English pub.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I remember that. I just still don't remember the
Yeah.
Marlboro girls. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I remember that what was funny, too, the Japanese friends of my brother lives there. And so friends of his were asking, like, what winter was like. And we said, oh, it'd be -40.
Right.
I would die.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, he wouldn't die.
He might die.
He might die.
He might die. Yeah, might die. I was watching a Netflix production. One of the characters was an Oriental teen with a very strong Scottish accent. Yeah, it is. It's just really.
It's just like.
It's not that
does not compute.
Not that it shouldn't be, but it's your brain is just like, it's not. Something's wrong here.
This isn't making sense.
Right, but it's also really really cool when you see that, I think. So people are chatting with each other. Right, we just set this up. We'll go.
Talk amongst yourselves.
That's right. We're gonna go. My beverage is almost empty. So
the northeast and southeast.
Northeast and the southeast
of UK. We're talking about Glencoe, then
Wow.
Loch Ness. Ooh, Loch Ness.
Loch Ness. Yeah. Look at everybody talking back and forth. That's excellent. It's all about bringing people together.
So maybe we should do a Zoom next time.
What's that?
It's like a video conference. So
Oh, right.
It looks like the Brady Bunch on TV.
Right. But we could only have like a small amount of people.
Right.
That's okay. What's everybody's plans for today? I know some of you it's late because for anybody that's here in Europe, so UK especially, you're like, what, 6-7 hours ahead of us? 5 hours? 6 hours? What time is it there in the UK? Craig Ferguson made everyone love Scotland. Yeah, kind of, for sure.
I liked
He's
it
funny.
before. He's
Yeah, he's funny. We don't know what time it is there. Hey Siri, what time is it in
My
Scotland?
guess is like 9:30.
It's 1:33 p.m.
Oh, 6:30.
Oh.
That's
What time it is here. 6:30 p.m. So yeah, so they're 5 hours ahead of us.
7:30 in Germany. Oh,
7:30.
Germany.
Nice. That's cool.
Germany, I'm really impressed with whatever you guys are doing in regards to the whole COVID-19 thing, because your numbers are up there, but you're handling it well, it seems, because your death rate is so much lower than everywhere.
Anybody else watch this? I'm gonna just span back on. Do you see it on our TV back here? Anybody watch this on YouTube? That's the virus pandemic world map count thing. If there's anything on YouTube right now that I am crazily addicted to, it's this. It's something that I look at like
2 or 3 times a day for sure.
Yeah, like it's first thing in the morning I kind of look at it, and then mid-afternoon I kind of look at it, and then before we go to bed I kind of look at it just to see if the curve flattening is doing anything or if it's not, and what countries are doing well and what countries are not. So yeah, it's very curious. I actually can see them using this as a big like study as to how a pandemic like this changes all kinds of stuff. So I hate to think about bad news. Yeah, I get that, but I like to know what's happening. So yeah, not riding the bikes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's the only way to really stop this is stay at home.
Mm. Well, it's funny too, right? I was reading an article, we were talking about it, about how many people may have actually had it before it became such a widespread pandemic.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people that possibly had it that didn't know that they had it, possibly like in January. So I know, like myself, for instance, I had a horrible chest. I thought it was a chest cold, and
could be.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You know, and of course, did that help spread it? Was it? You just, again, it's just different, but it's neat. Work around the house. Yeah.
Keep busy.
Keep busy. That's all you can do. I try to find. We just need to. I try to make sure I get outside. Just even if it's for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know. You say yep. You're like yep. I go outside by sitting over there. Sometimes. Don't give me the look.
I've been outside every day.
Right. Yeah. Pretty much. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Do what?
Do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you?
Yes. I think there's a creature out there that's Bigfoot-esque.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Maybe.
Why not?
Why not? Right? Pretty much the worst financial situation. Yes. Without question. And it's going to get worse.
And the thing is, I can't remember now who, I watched so many videos on it. Somebody did a YouTube video and they said, like, yes, it's really bad, but you can't really compare it to a normal recession or anything else because it's not normal.
Right.
Like, it didn't slowly slide into this. It was like, boom.
Overnight.
Yeah, so it's going to recover differently than, I'm not saying that it's good or it is bad and it's going to take a long time to recover from this, but it'll be a different kind of recovery than.
Well, I think, yeah, and I think on a note to that is that, like, if you look at any of the recessions in the past, there wasn't a lot of financial aid that came out due to it. They were just like banks and governments were just kind of like, suck it up. There's nothing really, nobody's going to help you.
Yeah.
Whereas at least, you know, we're seeing in North America, I'm not sure what it is in the other countries, but in Canada and in the US and stuff like that, we're seeing a lot more financial aid, and we're seeing, like in Canada, we're seeing banks, some of the banks, of course, trying to help out with mortgages and things like that if you are under a certain amount of income.
Yeah.
And even things like unemployment insurance here, they're I don't know how fast it is, but they're trying to get it to you quicker and make the approval rating a lot faster and things like that. So it's not that it's a good scenario, but hopefully that helps us get out of it at the end, because we're not in as big of a hole to start with.
Right.
I guess. Yeah. At least gas is cheaper. Yes. Agreed. Be nice if I could actually use it. I'm just going to go. Wish I had a big barrel that I could just fill it up. So that when the gas goes back up, I could just use that. But I can't. Can't send YouTube links here. I don't know, honestly. I have no idea if you can send a YouTube link. I don't know.
Now on to the pressing news of the world.
Okay.
Has anybody watched The Tiger King?
Oh. Yeah. The Tiger King.
Because if you
Really?
haven't, it's insanity that needs to be watched.
And I guess it's... So we watched the trailer first, and all we were just like, there is no way I'm going to invest any time watching this rubbish. Absolute garbage.
But then everybody we knew watched it and was like, you have to watch this. So
Yeah. So we did. From start to finish.
And it's quite the story.
Yeah,
It's
I think...
whole world I didn't know existed.
I think you have to look at it because I think when we first looked at the trailer, I don't think either one of us realized it was like a documentary that had so many
layers.
Yeah, inside it from these people that are just like, what is going on here? It's just, for someone that lives on our continent or maybe even in your own country, and you're just like, really? That is what people do, and that's their mindset, and that's how they function.
Yep.
And that's how they think the world turns. And you can tell, not to say anything about anybody that doesn't travel, but you really need to travel. Someone had mentioned here that we seem like we're big travelers, and it's not that we've traveled super extensively.
Yeah.
But we have been to, Japan, and we have been to places in Europe, and we have been to the Middle East, and all through North America, and I think people kind of need to do that to understand how the world revolves and how different cultures work.
For sure.
So that you have a good understanding, not just your own isolated little bubble.
No.
Because I can you imagine if you watched that show and you were just like, yeah, that seems all kinds of right. Because you didn't know any better.
I guess, yeah.
Somebody's watching that show, guaranteed. Somebody's watching that show and is just like, yeah, I've been there. I've been to that zoo. It was awesome. Yeah. I met that fella. I got my picture with him because he's super cool.
Could be.
Guaranteed somebody has. Because they ran for, that zoo ran for a long time.
It's still open.
Right? Under different ownership now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. No spoilers.
And I do kind of want a tiger, so.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone talking about it doesn't mean it's any good.
Not at all. No, that's 100% right.
Yeah.
But it is entertaining.
You have to watch it with a different hat on. You can't watch it in regards to thinking this is going to be
that you're even
well
learn
filmed or
from
learned
it.
or yeah, it's
sensationalist for sure, but it's entertaining.
Yeah. I it's funny. I always think it's like if someone like any documentary, like a Michael Moore documentary, it's very one-sided.
Oh yeah.
Without question, right?
Yeah.
It's super one-sided and this one was definitely I don't know if this one kind of just said everyone down there something's wrong with.
Yeah.
There's no you come out of it and anybody that was a part of this documentary, you have a negative impact or thought of those people without question. Yeah. So a different hat and a lot of beer. So that's what, right? Yeah. Should have been drinking while you were watching.
Or doing meth or something.
Doing meth, because they were at the time of filming. Yeah. You think that movie was done with iPhone? The link you sent? Oh, yeah. See, Bushcraft had asked if you could film an actual movie with an iPhone. And there actually was.
There was a movie.
Yeah, it was by I can't remember if it was like Scorsese or not Scorsese, but I can't remember who it was. But he actually shot the whole thing with an iPhone. So yeah, there was a huge article in regards to it. So it was a big thing that he shot it. And I watched the trailer, and you can tell it's not shot with like a full, film camera, but the story's good. The editing's good. The color correcting's good. Yeah, you can do a lot with it. And a lot of times
there's a lot of movies out there shot with big time regular cameras that are crap. So
yeah, and there's a lot of not just an iPhone, but just smartphone in general. There's a lot of adapters you can put on them to put all kinds of different lenses on them and audio recorders and all kinds of stuff. So yeah. Are you drinking out of a metal mug? Yes, I am. Metal mug.
So we got these. We all have one.
Yep.
We were down at Americade, which is in Lake George, New York.
Americade. Yeah. Wild Bill's.
Yeah. So this place had
Wild Bill's.
The old school kegs or wooden barrels of root beer, all different flavors. And if you bought one of these mugs, you got free refills all day. So we're like, sign me up. It was super hot and really nice. And the root beer was really, really good.
Well, he's asking, doesn't it affect the taste?
No.
No, I don't find it does.
And it keeps it cold for a long time.
So cold. You put a couple ice cubes in there, and normally your ice cubes would melt fairly quick.
Yeah.
Oh, ice cubes. Once this gets cold and you get your ice cubes in there, it'll stay. The ice cubes will stay there for like an hour.
Yeah.
So, no, it's
the only thing I use
yeah.
for coffee.
Yeah. No, it's good. I love it. It was a good American investment.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah, we were down with 2 other couples, and we all bought them, so there was just metal mugs everywhere.
That's right. But they all look the same, so who even knows if it was the one that I brought? But I bought one home.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's definitely entertaining and one of the weirdest things we've watched in a while.
Yeah.
Yes, without question. What else have we watched? We just watched Chernobyl,
Really
which was very well done. Super well. It's on the other side of the scale from something like.
Yeah, very serious.
Yeah, very serious, and it's a short series in comparison to a lot of them. It's only
it's like a mini series.
Yeah, it's like, what was it, 5 episodes?
Yeah.
5 episodes, but long, like an hour each or something like that.
Yeah, I think they were over
but
an hour.
Super well done, really well done, and it's a lot of.
I realized I really didn't know much about it. I mean, I was only, I think, 7 or 8 when it happened.
It happened, yeah.
But
it's also really neat because they really go into how, like, a nuclear facility works.
Physicist
pretty
now,
much she is. Yeah.
Don't ask me any questions.
No. Yeah, cool mug. I think so. I think it's a cool mug for sure. But I don't know what else we have. Oh,
well, we've started season 3 of Ozark.
Yeah, season 3 of Ozark we just started.
Exciting.
So that's good. I'm glad that they released it.
What else did we watch?
I don't know.
There was something else.
What are you guys watching? Anything exciting that we should be watching that's out there? The KNF Concept Travel Tripod you recently reviewed. Do you think of it? What do you think of it? I actually use it every day. It's the camera upstairs in my little studio room that holds my main camera. So it's constantly being used, and it's super light. It folds up really tiny. I love it. It's carbon fiber. Fantastic. It's awesome little tripod. The only thing that I would like to get for it, because I shoot mostly or a lot of video, is a fluid head for it. But really good. Have you guys ever been to Edmonton? Have we been to Edmonton?
Let me think.
Yeah. Have we been to Edmonton?
Yes.
So both Mary and I, before moving out here, lived in Edmonton.
Yes,
so
our daughter was born there.
Yeah,
We met there.
I would actually call Edmonton. I don't know if I call it like home now, but
I grew up in Spruce Grove.
Yeah, I would say it's
just
where
outside of Edmonton. So that's home. I mean, Alberta's home, but
yeah,
definitely Edmonton feels like home.
Yeah, it's funny because I always like, oh, that's where I spent so much of my life, which is true.
We've been here.
But we've been here a lot longer now. So.
Well, I'm not longer than.
Not much longer for you.
The longer for us together.
Yes.
We've spent.
Right.
The majority of our time together.
For sure. Yeah.
The Letter for the King.
Letter for the King. All right, I'll put that on the list. Letter for the King. After much hesitation, started the Breaking Bad spin-off Better Call Saul. Oh yeah, we should. You're actually just watching Breaking Bad again.
Rewatching it.
Yeah. His aunt owns a bakery in Spruce Grove.
Oh.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, the one thing, not that I necessarily miss Edmonton. There's certain parts and the people, certain friends, but the how close it was to the mountains.
Yes.
I do miss the mountains. I miss going to Jasper, and I miss being able to go to Banff and stuff like that. And those I miss for sure. Yeah.
I miss the long days, summer days in Edmonton where
just light.
It would never really get dark.
Yeah. 1 o'clock in the morning
and stuff like that. But
yeah, agreed.
Ontario here, it's like evening hits and it's black.
Yeah.
So different.
Well, yeah, and it really only stays bright till like 8, 9 o'clock. Whereas, yeah, in Edmonton, you could be midnight and still be bright.
Which was tough, but as a kid, you're like, oh, yeah, I want to go to bed. It's still bright out.
Yeah. But I remember having friends, like when I was in high school or just outside of high school, and they'd phone you up at like 9, 10 o'clock and be like, hey, let's go to the park and play some football or something. And I'd be like, okay. Because it was still bright for like 2 hours.
Yep.
So, yeah. But I don't miss the Edmonton winters.
No.
No, because
I went back. This was probably 10 or more years ago.
Yeah.
In January, because it was my aunt's birthday, and otherwise I wouldn't have gone back in January. But when I got out of the car and that cold wind that just cuts you right to the bone, I was like, oh yeah, I don't miss that. No. Our first winter here, I was out in January in a sweater. Like it was...
Yeah, and it was...
Not that was typical. Like
that was an unnaturally warmer winter.
But I was just like, we made the right decision.
Yeah. The Mandalorian. Watched it.
I would watch it again, though.
We should watch it,
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, just for Baby Yoda. Gatineaus don't quite compare. No, they don't. But, and again, not that they necessarily compare either, but the Adirondacks, right? Not that it's close here, but if you were to go down and especially like where, not even the Adirondacks, but if you were to go more east and go to like where Mount Washington and stuff like that is.
The White Mountains.
White Mountains.
Or the Green Mountains.
Yeah, they would be a bit better. Closer. Still, like, you could probably get there within driving a car, probably like 5 hours. Not much further than Edmonton to Jasper.
Right.
Yeah. But right now we're not going there. Especially because we have to cross the border.
Can't go across the border.
Oh my God, one summer we had a night that was late until 2 a.m. I remember my parents used to live, for you that lives in Edmonton, was it Montgomery? My parents used to live in Gibbons. I don't know if you remember where Gibbons is. And I was driving home back to Edmonton from their place, and it was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and all I could remember was I could, without question, be driving with no headlights on right now. It was so bright. And it was just one of those things where I don't know if it was the moon was reflecting or if it was like a harvest moon or something like that. And I was just like, there is so much light. It's like the middle of the day. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Super crazy. Super crazy. All right, so we have... Actually, that's a good one. Better Call Saul. We should look at that.
Yeah, we had started it, but we didn't continue. I don't know why.
We get these fixes where we start a show and then another show comes out and we're like, oh, we should watch that. And we start watching that and then we forget about the first one that we started. So we should focus. We have time now to focus on our TV watching. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right, my friends. I think that's good for today.
Yeah, I've got some work emails.
Work emails she's got to get to. They're coming on that computer over there. All right, guys, we're gonna cut it short for today. Last year on my bike trip to Norway, this was great.
Norway is another place I'd like to go.
Spent a year in the Arctic a while back. See, I'd like to do all that.
24-hour daylight.
If you guys ever need somewhere to stay, I'm here. I got a place up in Edmonton.
Thanks.
That's awesome. My just so you know, my mom and my sister live just outside of Edmonton. One lives in Fort Saskatchewan and one lives in Leduc. So, but always good to have other people. All right, guys, we're gonna cut it. Mary's got to go back to do some work, and Wayne, Doug, everybody, real pleasure. I will put up another post when we are looking at doing another one of these. My guess it'll be sometime later this coming week, next week.
Or weekend, maybe.
One of those. All right, guys. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay indoors. Don't be sick. Stay healthy. And we will see you guys in the next one. More normal videos coming out. Share with your friends. Do all that stuff. Right? Later, guys.